Oh wow. Am I back? Am I really back again? Huh. Third time's a charm, I guess. Hi there. I'm Pixie, and I want to welcome you to my channel. It's been a while since I last uploaded anything here. I think I started uploading around 2 years ago, and then dropped off for, 2 years. Consistency has never really been my strong suit, but I have more time these days, and I'm finally putting in some effort. So, 2022 and 2023 were kind of a wild time, huh? Almost feels like it didn't even happen, really. Though I guess that's probably true for the last, 4-ish years? But you know what? We're not going to dwell on that. Nope. Forward momentum! Or something. I don't know. Anyway, I mostly wanted to talk about my plans for the channel this year. You know, now that I'm actually able to put some time in. And of course, I'll be drawing as well. All you artists out there who hate drawing backgrounds, raise your hand. Yeah, me too. Backgrounds have always been the absolute bane of my existence. Like, I find they generally can get pretty overwhelming. And I almost always, no, scratch that, I always bite off way more than I can chew. I go find a reference, it's a great reference, I'm super excited about it, and then halfway through I realize that was a bad reference and I can't do this. However, I also feel that backgrounds can, really take your art to like a whole other level. So personally, I want to incorporate them into my art more. Now, of course, this is to say that I am not in any way saying that you absolutely have to draw backgrounds. Not at all. Like, if you're an artist and you love to draw and you don't do backgrounds, your art can still be just as amazing as somebody who puts in a background. Genuinely. I will recommend drawing backgrounds, though. I mean, I have found that they are really good practice for line confidence, and, well, really, they can just help build your skills, like, overall. My main reason for practicing backgrounds is that I'm actually planning on starting a webcomic sometime this year. At the moment, it's still in, like, super early planning stages. I'm currently only in the, writing out the character profiles, so it might take a bit. But I do have some character designs done up, and I'll be drawing a bunch of them into future pieces. The piece I'm working on in this video actually includes 3 of the main characters. They'll be the ones sitting around the table in the center-ish area of the drawing. So the guy on the left is Elias Burton. The guy sitting next to him, that's Lucian Burton, Elias's twin brother, and the lady on the right is Jamie Knight. That's all I can really tell you about the webcomic right now. I don't want to get into too much detail about the story and accidentally give something away. I'm also pretty excited to get back into making videos for the channel here. I'm hoping to I'm planning on uploading at least twice a month. That's going to depend, of course, on how long it takes me to get a video put together. I have no idea right now. I'm taking my time with this because I'm terrified. But I'm recording pretty much everything that I draw, so I should hopefully have a good bit of content to pull from. I'm also recording a little bit differently these days. You'll probably notice that if you've seen any of my older videos. If not, then, don't worry about it. So I used to record using OBS on an old MacBook that barely worked. I mean, this poor thing was maybe 10 years old, at least. And of course, I also used to use a Wacom Intuos drawing tablet. I really like Wacom's tablets, I really do, but I always wanted a pen display tablet. So I shopped around and found a really good price on the Huion Canvas 12. So I bought one, fully convinced that I'd be able to use it with the 10-year-old MacBook, that's been out of date for like 200 years, I guess, at this point, basically. So yeah, obviously it didn't work. Anyway, so I ordered the tablet, and I waited with a lot of excitement, of course, for it to get here. And it did, not without some minor mishaps. It was being shipped with FedEx. I have never had any issues with FedEx, but I do always have some anxiety when the package isn't being put in a secure, locked mailbox, or, placed directly in my hands. But, I mean, that's a me problem for the most part, So I was at work the day that it was delivered, and my assumption was that it was either outside my door or with the upstairs neighbors. So we got home, and it wasn't outside our door. No big deal. Just assumed, the upstairs neighbors had it. Now, we didn't immediately go up and check with them, because we had plans at night. We play Magic the Gathering most Fridays. And so, we went about our night. We did our thing. I was all excited. The next afternoon is when we actually managed to get up. We had to wait for them to dig their driveway out, and we also had to dig our driveway out, because we get a lot of snow, and we had a lot of snowfall the night before. There was a straight up actual blizzard going on, because middle of March, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm asking you. You wouldn't know. Anyway, so my partner went up. So yeah, he went up to check with the neighbors to see if they had the tablet, and they didn't. They hadn't seen anything. They had no idea about it. And so, of course, I was floored. All I could think was, it's gone. Someone stole it. It's buried under 200 feet of snow, and I'm not going to find it until spring. It's gone. And I'm out the money that I spent on it, and I didn't even get to use it. That was not a great day for me. I ended up spending the rest of the day in bed. I was having none of anything. I was done. I was so done. What I didn't know at that time was that the FedEx person who delivered my tablet is kind of amazing, because it turns out they hid it so well behind our neighbor's garbage bin that if the neighbors didn't know to look for it, they never would have found it. FedEx person made sure it wasn't getting stolen. Good on you. If I could tip you, I would. But I would have preferred to have found it immediately. I got up later that evening to figure out supper, because I still had to be a functional adult and do things. And sure enough, the tablet was sitting out on the living room floor. And I was dumbfounded. Absolutely dumbfounded. I was so excited. My partner told me that the neighbors found it, how they found it, where they found it. And I was so relieved. I was a little nervous about it being outside all night in the freezing cold and, actual snowstorm. But it still works fine. And that's fantastic. I did end up having to get a new computer to use it. As I mentioned earlier, MacBook didn't work. Mostly because it doesn't have a HDMI port. I mean, this is nothing on Huion, this is nothing on the Canvas 12. It is the best tablet I have ever used. But I didn't know it was gonna have a HDMI cord and require a HDMI port and 2 USB ports. That was a lot more cords than I was expecting. So I picked up a cheap-ish Acer laptop. Yeah, no, that's probably where my issue is. Fully, I know. Because of course, the poor thing can't run OBS and Krita at the same time. It tries, but I end up losing frames all over the place, and the recording just ends up being janky as heck. Not exactly good quality content. On the bright side, Krita does have a time-lapse feature, and that works pretty well, and in all honesty, it'll do until I eventually get a better setup. It does end up with shorter video recordings, so I'm relearning a whole new way of editing. Yay! So yeah, that explains the new recording style. Oh yeah, at this point you've probably actually already noticed that I drew up a bunch of different little emotes, I guess you could call them. It's basically just, my own character in different poses and with different facial expressions. I'm hoping that this will help my videos be a little more, entertaining. At least give them some extra movement. Honestly, I'd love to just animate my character for the videos, but I only recently started, learning animation through Krita, and I feel that if I were to add animations to my videos, it would just be way too much work for me right now. I mean, maybe in the future. It's definitely not fully off the table, but like it's hanging off the edge. It's just there, kind of teetering. We're not really sure if it's going to happen or not. Luckily, there's not a cat around to knock it off. But yeah, just using the still images of my character right now is just easier overall for me. And I mean, I'm still trying to figure out my work routine. Yeah, so my main goal for this year is to get the webcomic going. And of course, be a little bit more consistent over here. I'm super excited about the webcomic. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be introducing, more of the main characters as I get them fully figured out. Anyway, that's probably about it for this video. I don't want to, drone on about all the different things I want to do this year. Just know that I do have actual plans, and you'll probably start to finally see some consistency on this channel. I actually think this could be a lot of fun. And if you've made it to the end, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. You're all awesome. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to stick around and hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think down in the comments. You can also check out my other socials, which I will have linked in the description below. And I can't wait to see you all again. Bye for now.